Hello everyone, and thanks so much for joining me for another Sims 3 speed video in Sunset Valley. This is a speed build because I am building something from scratch today, and it is a strip mall. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to say this initial footage is gonna be quite, there's gonna be like a lot of cuts forward because I built this on stream and I did the initial build and I furnished and decorated the salon part of the build, and then I moved on to the tattoo parlor because basically this operates as a salon, this lot. Moved on to the tattoo parlor, and it was when I got to the tattoo parlor that I was just having a lot of trouble decorating and just trying to settle on a look, and then I just decided that the building was too big. It was ginormous and it was causing a lot of issues in terms of just trying to settle on something that I actually liked, and also with the salon, because I am decorating this in like a retro style, like a 50s retro style. I went really, I looked at some reference photos and I saw some really colorful, vibrant, I guess, salons, and it just, they don't translate well into The Sims 3. At least I couldn't get it to translate very well in The Sims 3, so I spent all this time decorating the salon and then only for me to change it quite drastically in, I think, the last stream that I did. I think it took maybe 3 or 4 streams to actually put this together. So there's a lot of footage, and you will notice that this video is longer than my videos usually are. I try and keep them around the 20-minute mark, but this is 26 minutes, so I have to try and find stuff to talk about for 26 minutes. So yeah, I am jumping forward a bit with some stuff because basically I do a lot of work and then I just go and revisit it. I spend more time on the changes that I made to the build after I, made up my mind as to how I wanted it to look. But as for the exterior, it mostly stays the same. It's just the size of the building. I pull it in a little bit more, and I just changed the interior. I guess the interior design that I was going for with the salon in particular. And I guess a lesson learned from this is that, I should have known, I think in any sort of Sims build, the bigger you make the bigger you make a build, just the harder it is to really decorate and actually make it feel like a nice, useful space. And you'll notice that with the salon and then again with the tattoo parlor, I just had so much space to work with such a little amount of necessary stuff that I ended up just filling up space just with junk. And both of the stores ended up looking like just living rooms, and it just didn't make any sense. So yeah, that was part of the reason. I think it was by the second stream, or at least when I moved on to the tattoo parlor, like I said, I was just like, this just isn't working. I need to just take a moment and reflect on what this build has come to. And I think, I started downsizing the tattoo parlor, and I was like, actually, this works much better in a smaller space. And then I looked at the salon and I was like, I really need to change this. The color scheme isn't working. It's too big. And so, I went and revisited that. Now, you'll notice that I'm in a new area of Sunset Valley. This is the area around I think it's Maywood Avenue, and is it Maywood Avenue or Maywood Lane? Maywood Lane, I think it is. and Sierra Tango Way. It is where the Bunch family and the Langrak family usually live. I've moved their houses, so I moved the Bunch family up onto the hill behind Maywood Lane, behind Sierra Tango. So behind this building, there's that street that overlooks Sunset Valley. I've moved their house up there, and then I moved the Langraks along the I guess the cliffside, by the cliffside lots, near where Agnes Crumplebottom lives, and yeah, just so I could fit another, I guess, commercial district in Sunset Valley. And the purpose of that is just to make some room for the additional lot types that came with later expansion packs that don't really have a place in Sunset Valley. Like, they don't, if you play with vanilla Sunset Valley, I personally find it difficult to place a lot of the new lot types around Sunset Valley without them looking so jarring or just being in really odd places. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this renovation of Sunset Valley, is because I feel like I could just do with at least one more kind of commercial zone where a lot of the community lots are gathered. This wasn't the first lot that I did in this area. I actually did the bowling alley first, and I would have shared that footage before this one. I would have done a speed build of the bowling alley, but I have gone and started making some changes to the bowling alley. You will see it in the background probably of this lot. It's just across the road. It's yeah, I mean, maybe when you see the rear of this building, you'll see the bowling alley in the background, what I did with it. But I was having some second thoughts about that build as well, so I've decided to revisit that one. The good news is that I have pretty much finished everything in this area, apart from revisiting the bowling alley. I just went ahead and powered through and did the rest of the lots. So as well as the strip mall here, which acts as the salon, it's got the salon and the tattoo parlor. It also has a restaurant in the middle. I've done a community pool because I took away the community pool that was in the downtown area. I've added a new community pool. I've added a coffee shop, and I've added a laundromat and a store next to this lot. So in the lot next to the strip mall is a laundromat that also has a I've decorated it to be a toy store. I think I might go and just revisit that one as well before I upload it. There are some, I really do like it, but I just think with the toy store I was a bit unsure as to how I wanted it to look, so I made it look very generic, and I might go and change that. Depends if I'm happy with it or not, but yeah, just throwing out some random thoughts there. But yeah, so this area is kind of completed. So this mall is called, I think I called it Maywood. Yeah, I've named the video actually. It's called Maywood Mall East, and then the laundromat is Maywood Mall West. So I guess you could just consider it as just a group of shops that cater to your Sims needs in some way. And yeah, so I mean, the retro vibe, this whole neighborhood, this whole section of Sunset Valley is going to be in a retro style. And I wasn't really planning on doing the retro, well, you can see the bowling alley. I wasn't even planning on doing a retro style. It was more that I actually was going to approach this area with more of a modern style. I really wanted it to be different from the downtown area. I really wanted it to have its own distinct look. Downtown is quite, the way I've decorated it anyway, is more of a, a classic, has a lot of classical architecture from, the late 19th and early 20th century, buildings inspired by those time periods, whereas this is more mid-century modern. So I was planning on going on more contemporary modern, but then when I was doing the bowling alley, someone actually mentioned in the chat during the stream, it would be good to do perhaps a 50s themed for the 50s themed build for the bowling alley, because some people consider Sunset Valley to be, the lore and stuff for it to be set in the 50s, I think, or in that kind of time period. And I thought that was a good idea. And yeah, once I'd done the bowling alley, I thought, why not? Why don't I take this mid-century modern style to the just this entire section of Sunset Valley? And yeah, that's kind of what I did. And it was really fun to put together. I do like playing with mid-century modern. It is a really interesting architecture. I think I just like classical architecture in general. Like I do like modern builds as well. Oh, you can see, yeah, this is what the salon is. This is looking crazy. I mean, what can I say? I was just looking at reference photos and just jumbling everything together, and it just, yeah, I just feel like these vibrant colors just don't really translate very well in The Sims 3. But yeah, I do really like classical styles. I do like some modern styles, but I think my favorite thing to do is really try and recreate classical styles in The Sims and just really push the technical capabilities of this game to its limits, because in some ways it feels like it's not really, the build mode isn't really designed for a lot of classical styles, but you can kind of play around with, cheats and different pieces of furniture and all that to get a look that you want, a more classic look that you want. So this is the tattoo parlor here, and you can just see it's huge. And so I've got this like front reception area that's ginormous, and I just had all this space to try and figure out what I've got to do here. I mean, really you only need one tattoo chair, and yeah, so I just had way too much space. And so you basically got a living room waiting area here, and then yeah, in the salon there was kind of like a similar thing, like yeah, just living rooms in these shops basically. And it was just, yeah, feeling really, I just really wasn't liking it, and so I'm really glad that I made the change. It was definitely needed, and it just took a lot of pressure off having to fill up so much space with such limited need for functionality. You really don't need much space for the tattoo parlor at all. I think in the default tattoo, and you can see here, I think this is where I start shrinking everything down. I think in the default salon that comes like just in the lot bin, like the tattoo parlor is just off in a dark room off to the side or something, if I'm remembering correctly. I haven't used that lot in a long time, so I can't exactly remember how it looks or where everything is located. Well, I can't remember how it looks. I just can't remember where everything is located, but pretty sure the tattoo section, tattoo parlor, doesn't take up much space. So you can see I've shaved off a big chunk of the rear of the building, and what that means is that I just have more space for, I guess, landscaping at the end. And then yeah, you can see I've shrunk down the quote-unquote waiting room and reception area where Sims will wait to get a tattoo, and then the actual tattoo space is nice, and it's much more condensed. The furniture, I'm not having to fill it with a lot of junk. There is like some clutter and decorations around, but just not a lot of useless space like there was before. And yeah, I kept a lot of the color scheme that I was using for the tattoo parlor initially. So I was kind of going for like a more of a modern industrial look in the interior with some elements of mid-century, like the stone wall there. And you got that old kind of record player for a stereo, and then yeah, but I also wanted it to have kind of a modern, I guess, industrial kind of feel to it. Because I mean, even though this is like a mid-century style building, I would imagine like in the contemporary time, if there was this style of building, then not every shop in the building would be like 50s themed. You would have some shop owners that would take some liberties and kind of decorate it to their own taste, decorate a store to their own taste, and not follow the theme of the entire building. But yeah, it's coming together nicely. We've got, the waiting area off to the side. Oh, we've got a bit of a pause there, a bit of a lull, but I carry on there. But we've got the waiting area to the side, a nice reception area with a desk. I put a tablet on there, but I never actually have used the tablet on a community lot, so I don't know how it's going to behave on a community lot. Hopefully it behaves well. We can only hope. And then in this area is where the tattoo chair is. And yeah, I mean, I'm just pulling in some of these counters where there's going to be like a sink for, the hygiene business that needs to take place before people give tattoos. And then I'm going to go in with some more decorations. Oh, there's a bit of a lull with the footage there as well. I'm going to leave that in because I've already spoken over it, but normally I would take that stuff out. One other thing is that I have, the last few weeks I've been able to upload quite regularly. I'm now back at work, so I am quite limited in terms of my ability to create content for YouTube. That's kind of how it was before, and then I had a lot of time off work, and now I'm back at work, and I am just trying to fit this in as much as I can. So if you want to know how I'm trying to fit it in, basically my plan is to try and do at least 30 minutes of this stuff a day, whether it's editing, whether it's doing a voiceover, whether it's gathering the preview footage for the video and getting it ready for upload. Previously, I would try and do as much of that as possible after work, and then I would just find that I would get way too tired and didn't want to do anything else for the rest of the evening. So I'm just trying to really limit the time that I have to do the stuff so that I do have time for other areas of things that I need to do in my life. I'm learning Japanese at the moment, so I do want to make some time for that. So usually what I do is I do 30 minutes of this, and then I'll have a break for 15 minutes, and then I'll do 30 minutes of Japanese, and then I'll start cooking dinner and just enjoying my evening. It's been working so far. I actually managed to edit a lot of the, I think I pretty much fully edited the bowling alley, all that footage, and then when I was doing the preview footage of the bowling alley, I was just like, I don't quite like this build anymore. I just want to, I don't completely dislike it. There was just some changes that I wanted to make, and so that one's been delayed. The bowling alley has been delayed, but like I said, I've pretty much finished the rest of this area, so there's definitely a fefew builds to come up. I've also build videos to come up for this. I've also finished the what is it called, the stadium, that area, and I was thinking about what to do in the two extra community lots that I put in that area, and I have filled those. I'm not going to say what they are yet. I might leave them as, leave people to speculate what that is, build up some unnecessary hype. I have fun with that. But yes, they are filled, and they're in the pipeline to be, the footage to be edited and for them to be released. I am getting really close to releasing this Sunset Valley as a playable version, where it is populated with the Sunset Valley townies and it is ready to go. I just wanted all the community lots that I wanted to do to be ready, and then I would make it available for download. I can't do a populated world as a Sims 3 pack that you install through the launcher. I can only do a populated world through a save file. Just the way that Creator World works with editing populated worlds, it just doesn't work very well. So an empty version will be uploaded as a Sims 3 pack, so you would install that, and then you would install a save file with all the townies of Sunset Valley. I do plan on renovating houses in Sunset Valley, but I'm just going to do that as I play, because I really do want to play Sims 3. I've been doing this for, I think, a year and a half. I've been working on this project, and I just want to play The Sims 3. I haven't played The Sims 3 since I started this. I didn't want to play The Sims 3 until I had this version of Sunset Valley that I've been working on ready, at least with the community lots, to start playing. And so I want to start doing some house renovations when I start playing with the families. So that's when you're going to start seeing the house renovations. I don't know how often I'm going to do them. Generally, I like to renovate the houses with a budget. I could do some empty houses, maybe renovate those, but in terms of existing houses, I would renovate those on a budget, based on the budget of the family who actually lives there. Sometimes it might be a renovation improving the house, and sometimes it might be renovating it down. Like if someone is supposed to be from like a low-income household, then I might make the house a bit more grungy and tacky, but just things like fixing roofs and backyards, and I guess some questionable furnishings, things like that. But then there's also renovations where I really want to transform a house and just really try and improve upon it. But yeah, I guess those are my plans moving forward. Yeah, so I mean, I think with the stadium and that kind of area done, I have maybe 2 more community lots to do before I will be ready to upload this. Those 2 community lots, what are they? They are the dive bar. Actually, I think I might have finished the dive bar, so I might only have 1 community lot to do. I think I did finish the dive bar. I worked on that this weekend. And then a basketball court, which is going to be behind the lofts. Behind the lofts where that other random swimming pool used to be, so I want to turn that into a basketball court. So yeah, those are the plans. Just talking about the build here, so yeah, this is where I have just gone in and revisited the salon. I've just toned it down, made the colors much more easy on the eyes, but they still have like a retro vibe to them. Because I was looking at reference photos when I revisited this, but I looked at photos that were much more toned down. But yeah, I mean, the really colourful ones, they do look really fun and they are nice to look at, but they are so... there is so much consistency in terms of the furniture and the colour schemes that just that I can't anyway. Someone else might be able to do it, but I just struggle to really find cohesion with the objects and the textures and all that, or with those retro, like colourful, bright retro 50s builds. This is very difficult for me. But now I've moved on to what is this? This is the restaurant. In terms of its theme, it is an East Asian themed restaurant. I used some of the East Asian themed stuff from World Adventures, and I also used some from the Japanese inspired set from the store. And yeah, this was really not, like, I was not in unfamiliar territory when I was doing this, because I recently did a build in The Sims 2 where I did like a Japanese inspired restaurant, and so coming into this one, I just like Asian themed restaurants. I think they're really cool. And there's like a lot of fun things that you can do with them. This one, I really like the teppanyaki table, or the teppanyaki station. Like, I haven't played with that before, and I thought it'd be really cool to put this in. So yeah, I was in, completely in my zone here doing this, and yeah, I mean, I use, as well as the teppanyaki station, I do use the store restaurant set. I mean, that in itself, it's not the best type of restaurant gameplay that you can get for The Sims 3. I know there are some mods that improve on it. So if you are interested in those, I mean, by all means, you should check them out. I don't know of any off the top of my head. There are a couple that I've used before that worked quite well, but I don't know what I'm going to do this time. We will see. I have used the vanilla store functionality before, and it does its job. for the most part, but it just, yeah, there's some mods out there that really do improve the experience of Sims 3 restaurants. But yeah, you can see it's all come together now quite nicely. I've got some nice lights here, and got all the tables and chairs set up. Now I'm just going in with some decorations and some clutter. Not too overboard though, as I have said in previous videos. I am mindful of how this world will perform, so I'm not cramming in as much as I can into every nook and cranny. Just enough, in my opinion, for it to feel full and yeah, and purposeful. Here I am just in the bathrooms. Boring old bathroom. Don't even really know what to say about this. They're just the bathrooms doing their job. We've got the toilet, the sink, a mirror, and you've got to have the toilet rolls as well, and just plungers for some nice little added detail there. And then the kitchen, which really doesn't need anything. All you need is this chef station here. And in terms of community, like kitchen stuff on community lots in The Sims 3, you are very, very limited. So I didn't really put anything else in here. Just the chef station, some counters, and a light. And then I think that I just basically moved on. If you want to put anything else in there, by all means, but there isn't much more to put in there, to be honest. So now I'm working on the exterior, the rear of the building, so just going in and doing some landscaping, and the landscaping that I have chosen is landscaping that, plants and trees that you will find in the surrounding area of the world. Because yeah, I remember when I was doing this, editing this part of Sunset Valley in Creator World, I wanted to change up some of the trees and stuff to use so that it felt a bit more distinct from the rest of Sunset Valley. So I've used some of those. I think they're oak trees from Pets. They look really nice in this area. But then we also have just the classic Sunset Valley shrubs and flowers and bushes and all that. So now we are at the preview footage here, so I'm going to leave you to enjoy this and say thanks so much for watching. As always, it's a pleasure to bring these to you. This lot is available for download, and it is linked in the description below. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Take care, and I will talk to you later.